Hi there, Virgo. Happy birthday. We are now in Virgo season, so I hope you're all doing well. I'm recording this on the 24th of August, so depending on when you find this message for you, but the 24th of August today, Uranus has gone retrograde and of course joins the other planets that are currently in retrograde, and we've got another two coming up soon, Mercury at the beginning of September and then Mars at the end of October. So you may feel like the energy is just, things are slowing down. But of course, Virgo, the positive with Virgo season is that we can kind of start to make practicalities be realized, so in terms of our plans, in terms of what we want to do, is kind of getting things done. It's earth energy, so it's grounded, but it's all about sort of, okay, right, we need to kind of put things in place now and trying to understand that. So today, this reading is going to be a general reading and a love reading. So we're going to see what comes through. Now, I should point out that this is for the sun sign of Virgo. And here you are with the harvest here. So yes, this is for the sun sign of Virgo. It's not going to resonate for everybody because this is based on collective energy. And as always, with any readings and guidance, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Of course, being on YouTube is for entertainment purposes. And, you've always got that free will and responsibility to make choices and decisions for your own life. These readings are put up in case there's any messages or insights that could give you that inspiration or empower you to become a better person, a better soul on your journey. So take it how it resonates. Don't try and make something fit that doesn't. If it's not your story, leave it, send it love, leave it. It could be somebody else's, okay? It's based on collective energy. So just to make that clear. Okay, and I'm going to use the Lightseers Tarot. All right, and I've also got some oracle decks as well, so we'll see what comes through from a general point of view. This is for Virgo. That one wanted to come out, so straight away we've got the King of Wands. Interesting, because we've just left Leo season and we're now, of course, in Virgo season, but this is that fire energy, and we've got the lion here as well, and that's why it sort of made me think of that. It's almost like bringing forward that fire energy that's come from Leo season into your season now, Virgo, to put things into place. So taking action towards, of course, what you want to go towards and having the courage to do so with this King of Wands energy, but actually being able to put something down, in a practical sense, to put something in place, should I say. Or maybe you need to put something down. It's a strange one today, honestly. It's a strange one. Sometimes I feel like Mercury is already in retrograde. I mean, it is in shadow phase, so, it could be that, but there we go. Right, 10 of Cups in reverse. So this is for the general portion. Okay, I know this comes out in love readings, but take it how it resonates. But this is all about emotional fulfillment. So something at the moment is not giving you that emotional fulfillment. That's why it's in reverse. There could also be fears about moving towards something that's more emotionally fulfilling. So when you think of that King of Wands action and that go-getter action, it's almost like perhaps you're wanting to actually take action to go after something else that's going to be more emotionally fulfilling for you. Could be a job, could be a project, because at the moment you're not feeling that. What else do we have, please, for the general reading for Virgo? Okay, so that's too many. But we have the Knight of Wands, okay? So also Wands energy, and this is, moving to the beat of your own drum, because knights are movement cards. They can also be messengers as well, so take it how it resonates. But there's a lot of sacral energy within this card here. And also, interestingly, even though it's the Knight of Wands, she's kind of sitting in the middle of 4 Wands. So you could also be thinking of 4 of Wands type energy, which can be union and not necessarily romantic. Again, doesn't have to be. This could be union within yourself of being emotionally fulfilled and having that balance and, doing what you want to do, because it's Wands energy. She's making this music, she's banging her drum, and she's moving to the beat of her own drum, and she's got that freedom and that expression to do that from her sacral. So she's using that passion inside to do what she wants to do. So you could very well be, yes, I know what I want to do. I want to go after something. I've got this fire energy from Leo season I'm now going to move forward into Virgo season with, to put down kind of, I keep saying put down. I wonder if it's like putting down roots. That's kind of, you know, what comes to me when I say that. But I've said that twice now. So that's not coming from me. That's almost coming from spirit through me. So you need to recognize there could be something that you're wanting to do that's going to move you to a more emotionally fulfilling place. What's the advice, please, for Virgo? What's the advice? Now, I saw the Six of Wands, so that's very much victory. But in this deck, it's all about being seen. It's, you know, she's on the stage, the light is on her, and it's being seen for who you are. So that could be something for you, Virgo. Being seen and being recognised for who you are is going to bring that emotional fulfillment. That one flew out. Okay, we've got the Hanged Man in reverse. So here we've got this interesting pose, because this is clearly when it's in the upright, but it's the Hanged Man. So here there's a more elevated kind of reaching up for something, and there's this enlightenment I kind of feel from this by gaining a different perspective, and it's having the flexibility to do that as well. There's Jupiterian energy to this, so perhaps lack of expansion at the moment, but this enlightenment is going to be coming in for you in terms of how you can put things into place in terms of what you need to do to move forward. There's heart chakra vibes to that, again with that emotional fulfillment, but also the solar plexus enlightenment from your own personal power, and again with the Six of Wands, you know, being recognized for who you are, being recognized is going to bring about that fulfillment. Any further advice, please, for Virgo? That one wants to come out. Wow, we've got another Wands card, Queen of Wands. So again, you know, the Queen of Wands makes things happen, and she's very much about taking action, just like the King of Wands would be. But this is, you can see on here, she's holding that wand kind of aloft, and it's like, yep, I'm going for it. And, you know, creating power with her hands. That could relate to you. That could resonate for you, because, you know, enlightenment could be coming from something that you're doing. You know, maybe you use your hands in your job. Perhaps you're a healer. I mean, potentially that could be somebody out there. But there's very much this kind of comfortable aspect. Now, in this deck, the kings and queens are not necessarily on thrones. So, you know, obviously bear that in mind when you're looking at these cards, but there's still that sovereign energy to them, because they're sovereign beings in their own right. We do, of course, have two counterparts here, because we've got the King and Queen of Wands. It's the same suit. But we also have the Knight of Wands. Now, all of them are in the upright. So looking at it from the suit point of view of Wands, it's kind of progress as well, because even though it didn't come out in the order of Knight, Queen, King, there's still kind of progress and growth. So through this process of you understanding and gaining that enlightenment from looking at something from a different perspective, gaining that enlightenment about what you need to do, you can then progress through to move towards what you want to do and apply the Wands energy from the Knight all the way through Queen, King, to take action to what you want in order to get that emotional fulfillment. So it could be a job, could be a project, could be a partnership even. Take it how it resonates, okay? And on the bottom of the deck, we've got Page of Wands. So we've got the set there, Page, Knight, Queen, King. Yeah. So there's that enthusiastic energy. So underneath the surface, because this is hidden energy, that's how I read, underneath the surface, you've got that excitement and enthusiasm to learn something potentially, because pages can be about learning and study. Perhaps if it's a project that you're wanting to do that's going to bring emotional fulfillment, it's going to make you happy, you know, there could be that enthusiasm to actually learn something that's going to bring that energy forward in you. And again, with the wand here, it's almost like, yeah, I'm going to do it. And again, using the solar plexus, but also the expression of the throat chakra. I want to do this, and accepting that within yourself. So that's interesting. Okay, let's see what we have for love. Okay, this is for Virgo, for love, please. Virgo for love. This is for Virgo for love. Okay, those two came out together. So we've got the 8 of Cups and the 4 of Swords. So both in the upright position. This is so beautiful. So when we think of the 8 of Cups, walking away from what's not been emotionally fulfilling you, we see here she's actually walking in the direction of the light. So it's very positive. It's very positive, and there's that kind of sense of purity and divinity within that as well. But recognizing that, you know, there's only one cup here as well, even though it's the 8 of Cups. But it's almost like, okay, I'm just going to kind of turn my back on what's not been fulfilling me, what's not been lighting me up. And I'm going to just take a moment to be at one with myself. Now you see here, 4 of Swords, it's that rest and recuperation. And of course it comes after the 3 of Swords. So it's almost like it could follow like heartbreak or something painful that's happened in a relationship. Maybe just pain that you're carrying from the past. And there's a need to then kind of sit with oneself to recuperate, to heal from that, and to show yourself that self-love so you don't create that kind of burnout energy emotionally. So it's interesting that, of course, it's Cups and Swords, because Swords is all in the mind. So it could be, you know, when you go through the painful cycles, it's almost like you can keep telling yourself, I'm not going to get through it, or, you know, the same's going to happen again if I open myself up to a new connection or something like that. When actually it's just in the mind. Instead, you need to feel into the situation. And the positive thing is walking away from what is not serving you. So if that resonates for you, you know, if you're in a connection that's not working, or if you've just literally come out of a connection and you're still needing to release that, that could be what it's symbolizing. But take it how it resonates, because it doesn't necessarily have to be that. It could be that in order to be more connected in your relationship, that you do need to walk away from what's not emotionally fulfilling you, because we saw that in the general portion. You know, there's something that's not emotionally fulfilling. Because that can also strengthen a connection, because you might be in a connection and be really unhappy because there's something going on at work, as an example, and it could be affecting the connection. So take it how it resonates, but there is some rest and recuperation that's needed as well, and perhaps reflection on the situation, but self-love, because you see, you know, she's got the heart with her as well, even though it's Swords energy. Okay, what else do we have for love? We'll see what other cards come out. Love for Virgo. A lot of love for Virgo. Right. Okay. So we've got the 4 of Wands and the 6 of Swords in reverse. Now, how interesting that the 4 of Wands comes out, because what do they mention with this Knight of Wands who's sitting kind of within the 4 of Wands? So this is all about that celebratory energy of union. But on this card, it's also depicted in terms of friends, you know, those that you are kindred souls with. So having that enjoyment, that excitement, that adventure, that fun, you know, because that makes you happy. That kind of lights the fire within as well. And there's an element of a kind of cycle here as well. I'm just drawn to that. So making sure you're closing out cycles that have not been serving you, and that you are around the right energy that is conducive to this energy of being abundant and joyful and playful. Because by doing that, that's going to then mean that you're operating on a certain vibration, and you can attract in or reconnect with that aligned love. Okay, because it is the love reading. Now it is the union card, 1111. It is in the upright. It came out with the Six of Swords in reverse. So what that's telling me, because of specifically using this deck, Six of Swords, I always feel, is sailing to calmer shores. It's swords energy, it's air energy, so it's thoughts. It's using your thoughts in a positive way to guide you in the direction of what's more suited to you. And because this lady on the card is travelling on water, because she's travelling by sea, by boat over the sea, there's also that element of emotions as well, even though it's swords energy. That's what I always feel intuitively when it comes out, and particularly in this deck, because we've got 3 birds behind and the swords are depicted as birds in this deck. So we've got 3 swords behind and 3 swords in front. So it's allowing that 3 of swords, that's the pain that came from before this moment, to actually stay in the past and to instead use the lessons from that in terms of how it's evolved you as a soul, the lessons it's taught you, the strength and the resilience, to then guide you in the right direction of, okay, I'm leaving it in the past, but I'm going to take the lessons learnt and I'm going to move, I'm going to sail to calmer shores, metaphorically speaking, or literally, you know. And that's going to bring about that union energy, because of course at the moment it's in reverse, so there could be some fears around that. There could be some fears around really letting that past heartbreak go. But ultimately, by doing so and allowing your thoughts to guide you in the right direction, you're going to be able to start a new cycle, which is more union type energy. Okay, any further advice? Oh yeah, that one wants to come out. 7 of Wands, that's all about healthy boundaries. Any further advice for Virgo, please, when it comes to love? Notice the little noise I made then with that card. I'll come to that in a minute. So we had the 7 of Wands. So we see here that, you know, she's in a bubble. And she's very comfortable because she's in that sort of meditative pose. She's at one with herself. And, you know, she has got that kind of bubble of protection. So it's important to put healthy boundaries in place. And that's regardless of what kind of connection it is. That could be love, it could be friendship, you know, the circles that you're operating within, work, projects, anything like that. Make sure you have healthy boundaries, because that's going to protect your energy. Okay, and it will enable the right opportunity to come through, because we've got the 1 wand sticking up there, which then leaves 6 of Wands, which is victory. But the card that I don't really want to show is this one. This is the devil energy, so this is Capricorn energy, all right, if it resonates for you. But this is all about being bonded to something that doesn't serve you. This is kind of addictive behavior, negative thoughts, self-worth issues, you know, those kind of things, fears, doubts, anything like that that brings up the energy of toxicity is associated with this card. And this, on this card, he is very alluring and kind of tempting, you know, so it's a bit of a test of that kind of willpower when it comes to the boundaries, because what's good to see here is she's facing away from the devil. So don't get sucked into cycles that are not going to serve you. Trust your intuition, and if you feel that it's not right and it's not going to serve you, then leave it behind, walk away. Instead, what you're looking for is, you're looking for that energy. You're looking to be surrounded by people that are going to create that joy, not somebody that's going to kind of tempt you on a false promise into something. So make sure you've got your healthy boundaries. And of course, as I've mentioned, that could just be negative thoughts. So you might even be kind of like, oh, I can't possibly look for love, or I can't possibly attract a new partner because I've been through so much heartbreak before. That's all toxic energy. So it's about releasing that. It's about releasing that in order to bring movement forward. Let's see what we've got from the Queen of the Moon Oracle deck to round off the reading. But yeah, you need to put healthy boundaries in place. You need to, you know, walk away from what's not serving you and what's not emotionally fulfilling you, and allow your thoughts to guide you in the right direction in relation to that. But you've got that fire energy, you've got that courage within in that action and that inspiration and perhaps that creative spark to go after what you want. You just need to make sure that whatever you're doing is providing emotional fulfillment for you. Whether that is a project, a job, a connection, whatever it is. You need to get that emotional fulfillment. Okay, Virgo. Thank you. Right, so on the bottom, pleasure. So again, hidden. So pleasure can be achieved, but you need to take action in terms of the direction that you want to take for yourself, because that one was in reverse. There could be fears around that. But look at the light that kind of emanates from both of those. So when you're actually doing what you want to do and you are kind of lit up in your joy, in your true expression of what you're doing, if it is creativity or if it's just a passion project of something, then that light kind of emanates out and it inspires others to do the same. And they're like, oh wow, look at Virgo, you know, they're actually doing what they want to do and they've walked away from what's been causing them pain, and I really admire that, and I've got the courage to do the same. So you can be an inspiration for other people as well, but recognizing that there's something that, you know, if you're feeling that there is something that you want to do, like a creative project or a new venture of some kind, that the energy is here to support that, because you've got that wands energy. But just make sure you're looking at things from a different perspective to get that enlightenment and to walk away from anything that's not emotionally fulfilling for you and release that. You know, use the lunar energy of the full moon to help with releasing work. You can do that anytime, of course, but it's particularly potent around the full moon. We do have a new moon coming up in Virgo, so that would be a perfect time for setting your intentions to manifest what it is you want in your life. So you could set your intentions to manifest. I believe the new moon is on Saturday, this coming Saturday. So, you know, recognizing that you've got that power of your zodiac sign as well, the energy of your zodiac sign, and if there's something that you know you want to manifest in your life, set those intentions with your new moon blessings and trust and surrender to the universe. You know, don't attach any expectations of outcome on that, but just recognize how you feel within yourself within that, and try and stay away from kind of that negative toxic energy by ensuring that you've got your healthy boundaries, Virgo. Okay, so I hope that finds you well. Take care, and I'll see you soon.